Dear God, as we gather this evening, this council asks for strength, courage, and wisdom. We thank you for this wonderful town, the privilege that we have in serving it. In Jesus' name we pray. Council members have had a chance to read the minutes from our previous meeting and the executive session. Need a motion to either amend or approve the minutes, either in unison or one at a time.
I'll make a motion that we approve both minutes from our meeting and the executive session. As they are.
I will second. David made a motion. Justin second. All in favor?
Aye.
This is a public hearing for the confirmatory resolution for the tax abatement of personal property. This was from the Overton Industries Incorporated. This is the high-speed straight side punch press. This is the project that was going to cost them $348,190. Previously approved the declaratory resolution. Are there any public comments, therefore, against the resolution designating it an economic development area and granting the abatement?
Go on record. Quickly, Mike Dellinger with the Morgan County Economic Development Corporation. We certainly appreciate their support of Overton and the other businesses in Mooresville as they continue to invest in their own personal property. We appreciate your approval of this confirmatory resolution this evening. Thank you.
Any more public comment? Need a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mark, seconded by Dave. All in favor? Aye. Need a motion to approve Resolution 2, 2019, determining that it does qualify for an economic revitalization area and granting the abatement.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2, 2019.
I'll second.
Motion been made by Dave, seconded by Jessica. All in favor? Aye. Next item on the agenda is the edit plan. This is the economic development tax plan that we have approved year after year. This is in compliance with our capital improvement plan, IC code 635715. It sets out that our edit fund will be used for the expenses of $60,000 annually for the contracts of Morgan County Economic Development Corporation. $340,000 to the general fund health insurance fund to offset health insurance expense throughout the town. $20,000 for a cemetery maintenance fund, and $135,000 to be transferred into the town's local road and bridge matching grant fund, the community crossings grant. We approve this every year by statute, and then we will also have to send this to the Morgan County Treasurer, a copy of it to the Morgan County Treasurer, and a copy to the Morgan County Auditor. I need a motion to either approve or amend the edit plan as presented.
Make a motion that we approve the edit plan and the amounts Tom just stated, and that he wanted to designate someone to hand deliver that. I think we done that last time.
I think the last time we did designate that the clerk treasurer's office would make sure that it was sent to the appropriate places.
Okay.
That's part of your motion.
That is.
Or do you need to change
which we can just touch right now.
Okay, motion been made to approve the edit plan for 2019 distribution with the clerk treasurer's office. The clerk treasurer.
I was trying to tell you something.
Be quiet. Crickets. Yes, it is. The motion was made with the clerk treasurer's office moving into the appropriate people. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Motion made, seconded by Dustin. All in favor?
Aye.
I believe the crickets actually seconded.
Next item on the agenda is wastewater department and debts write-off. This is when Sandy has went and threatened to break knees and twist arms and everything that she can to achieve the goal of collecting all bad debts within our billing department of our wastewater treatment plant. These are companies or residents that have either moved, left town, or no longer attached to. She has a little pie chart that shows, or a graph here that shows where we're at as far as monies. This is our second lowest in 5 years. You have exhausted all means and need a motion to either approve or tell her to keep trying, which we never have to do, but she has exhausted all means to collect the amount of $1,546.08.
I will make said motion and that's
Motion been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, Sandy.
End of year transfers. The end of year transfers are a bit of housekeeping that we do every year. What they do is they'll take any monies or any funds that are below zero in balance, take monies from within the same department and level them out. What it ends up doing is completely zeroing out all the accounts for the end of 2018. A good example of them are such as, but not limited to, maybe office supplies are short in one area $100, but they still had a balance of $100 in computer supplies, so they even out those. The State Board of Accounts wants us to have a zero balance in all the accounts at the end of our calendar year. This is housekeeping. We need a motion to approve or not the end of year appropriations transfers.
I think most of we approve the transfers.
Motion been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Next item on our agenda is the cemetery mowing bids. Oh. We have two sets of bids that we're opening tonight as far as two projects. In our mail, we received an item that is not designated, whether it's a bid or what it is. It could be junk mail. I could have won the Publishers Clearinghouse lottery. I'm going to open it at this time, not knowing for sure. Just full disclosure on what we're doing. about to expire. It's not part of the bids. We have a lot of paving bids, but we only have one cemetery bid at this time. Legal counsel has brought to our attention that since we received one bid only, we can rebid this. And if we choose to rebid it because we only received one bid, we should not open this at this time. We bid it the exact same way that we bid it in the past, with the same amount of notice. Is that correct? So if we want to look at it, or if we want to rebid it since we only received one.
The only issue really here is to the extent you have to consider rebidding it, you do not want to anticipate that running the same issue. Rebid of the project.
Do you think that we've put in there that we reserve the right to reject any and all bids?
Well, that's true, but if you're going to rebid it, then obviously that bid would be known to the public at the time of bid. And you obviously, I'm only calling that to your attention in the event you have any interest in rebidding. Otherwise, you go with that.
Comments or questions?
Any reason to believe that we're high would get more bids?
No, but my 2 cents on it, I think we'll have one, and either look at good for us to just have one type of theirs. And I think we need to go ahead and determine what that is. Next time, I have no idea who bid. No. Who did, who didn't, who sent them to, don't have any idea. I think we told them next meeting. Something like that. That's my judgment.
My concern is if we've given them and I think this is a period of 4 weeks that we've given them to submit the bids. If we give them a period of 4 weeks and they've not done it at this point in time, then we can't allow them to do the work in a timely manner also.
I guess in 2 weeks we'll find out.
That's,
I think if we have to, we'll have a bullying scenario where we're bullying to do something purpose.
the legality of, can we say since we received one bid, we're extending it, we do have that option.
Yes. They just extend the bid period for 2 weeks.
Council,
Kind of mixed emotions. I kind of agree with Mark, but I also got someone that followed the rules and how we're changing the rules after fair process. That's
4 weeks is
The date that you went into, of course, again, though, one bid is two bid. I don't know if this is what it is, but if it's triple the price that we have now, we probably say, geez, I know we have the right to reject it, but the same thing, okay, let's go back out, do somebody else's shop, I'm gonna know what it is. So this way is the cleanest way to do it, again, in my opinion. Go ahead and give it another couple.
I agree with Mark.
I need someone to make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we extend it no more than 2 weeks.
What do we have to do to make those? Motion's been made to extend the bidding process 2 weeks because we've only received one bid.
You might want to make that extension until next council.
Well, that would be,
That would be 2 weeks.
well, I don't know how it
Yeah,
falls.
that's really what my intent was.
Yeah.
That's the next kind of.
The March 5th.
So I'll make a motion that we extend this to March 5th for the rebidding process.
apology to whoever did the job. I appreciate what you've done. I think a good conscience needed it.
Motion been made by Dave, seconded by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to vote opposed to that, Bill, but I still think that there should be some reward for playing by the rules. The bid is not open and will be in the possession of the perpetrator's office. Next item on the agenda is the paving bids. I'm going to open these in no particular order.
We have more than one.
We have a stack of them. I think all the mowing crews started paving for some reason. First bid that I have to open is E&D paving. Theirs is broken down by project and then by a total amount. I'll make sure before I confirm that. The total amount is $630,540. Let's get that up here. Company to bid on it. Like I said, in no particular orders. Libertarian. Schutt Lucaville. SCHUTT LOOKABILL. How come you didn't ask me to spell E and B pavement? That I did.
You were on top of that one.
I was.
I was able to sound that one out.
We're trying. We bid this as 3 projects, just wanting to make sure that we have the comparing as totals. is $516,208.05. Next bid to be opened is Wallace Construction. Their total bid is $509,521.25. Next company is Baumgartner and Company Asphalt Services. BUMJRTNER. And their total bid is $585,658. Next bid is Grady Brothers Paving, or Grady Brothers Incorporated. And the total on it is $539,650. We have going tonight is Midwest Paving. The total of their bid, the project is $584,200. Total of 6 paving bids. In the past, what we've done with this is we take it under advisement, Dave and Banning Engineering, since they wrote the specs on it, to make sure that each one of them meets and complies with the requests that we've made to them. And Dave, you think that's something you can do within the next 2 weeks? Keeping in mind that next week we will have, or next meeting we will have the opening of our final clarifier bids. Can you do that?
You asked if you could, or did you tell him that he must?
Haven't done any of that yet. I'm just hoping that the council would want to point us in the correct direction. We want to call that for next meeting to award it.
I'll make a motion that we table these bids, turn them over to the street department superintendent, Banning Engineering for review, and then we'll grant bids on March 5th.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. For those of you that are here that bid this evening, thank you very much. We appreciate everything that you guys do to try to make our town a better town. Thank you, everyone. Next item on the agenda is a contract with Banning Engineering for the evaluation of our wastewater lines. Council members, I sent each of you a letter individually or email that states that we had questioned or wanted to make sure that our south corridor is ready for any future development. In speaking to Dan Tingle, there were some questions on the age of our lift stations and areas down there that we may or may not need to address. The best way to start is with appraising, evaluating, assessing the both quality, the lifespan, the capacity, and the available capacity on those lines. Banning has offered to do that study at a price of $18,000. I do have the contract list forwarded to me. I do have the contract here and would like to move forward with this.
And you would pay for that out of
We could pay for that out of our plant improvement fund or wastewater treatment.
Well, it's critical that we accomplish this. We need to know, and as we're all aware and on that you have to be ready. You can't just think that you have to be ready these days. You can't just say, okay, we'll check into that later, we'll get back to you in 90 days, 20 days. I think it's critical to do that. With that, I would make a motion to approve this study.
I'll second Mark's motion.
And to be paid out of the plant improvement fund. Motion made by Mark, seconded by David. All in favor? Aye. Under unfinished business, council met in executive session last meeting in order to correct an error that was made by the town. I forwarded each of you a confidential settlement release agreement that was provided for us by Trent Hahn. It is still negotiated contract until we have signed it. The mistake was an error. We apologize. And we're doing everything we can in this agreement to try to make it right. comments or questions?
I would just make a motion that we go ahead and approve the agreement as it is.
Motion made to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Under other business, I think there was, when we had approved a 911 contract with AT&T, the measure was set out to possibly reach out to the county. I think Mark and Dave have both done that. Can you give us an update on that, please?
Yeah, we did reach out to the county. We got Councilwoman Kelly Allen here tonight, and she, I think, wants to come up and talk about this a little bit too. But the consensus from both commissioners and council so far has been that they would work with us on this. Okay, for that one.
I think what we, obviously, we have to do is we have to give a letter to the ambassador, a letter to the president of the council. So that we have great support on this, we appreciate that. This process, it's accomplished, and it's got to have this PSAP operated, go to aid, as well, go aid from the county to help us. So, with everyone's permission, we'd like to go ahead and pay them out of council's permission, we'd like to go ahead.
Okay. If you want to, on that there, do we want to make Mark and David the signatures on that and forward them a letter? How would you like to do that?
It really, that part really doesn't, that matters to me. I mean,
Okay. Well, I just appreciate the hard work that both of you put into it.
it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a joint effort for town Mooresville to be able to get these, God's help, the rest of the council's help, I hope to get that accomplished.
What we're looking at is just nothing more than the revenue that is sent in on all landlines or telephone bills, the 911 funds. We passed an agreement, or we signed an agreement with AT&T to provide the landline service to our dispatch center in our new building. That bill is, we do have a rough estimate, but it still goes into how many lines are actually calculated into it. So I don't know if it's a moving target or once it's set, but we do have a little bit of an idea on how much it's going to be. But I think if we can just ask for the full bill, no matter what it is, I think it's just returning money to the peoples that have paid the money.
I think that's our approach.
Just so they understand what we're doing, I guess. When 911 centers and Morgan County started combining, Mooresville chose to keep their home center here to serve the public here. And we kind of lost our funding that we was receiving from the state. That automatically went down to the county. And for several years, the county's received all the funds. We've not received any funds to offset our costs. So we've asked the council, or that's what we formally do. We've talked to some members, and they seem to be entertaining the idea of giving us a portion of that money back through paying for our 911 lines that are going to be in the police department. So it'll help offset the cost of the police department, benefit the county assisting with that. So.
And keep in mind, of course, that we're not asking for equipment, we are putting the equipment in our building, that we're shouldering that burden ourselves. Kelly, anything you'd like to say?
I was going to ask.
Well, I'm sorry. I've done your job with you. Back in the morning again, I thought.
Thank you for reaching out to me. Obviously, there are 2 dispatch centers in the county. But living here in this area, I know that Mooresville is doing an excellent job. The state allows for 2 dispatch centers. That state statute is there. So you're only asking for the money that your citizens and taxpayers are already paying on their phone bills. And to me, it makes perfect sense. Statute so allows for 2 dispatch centers. You should be able to receive a portion of those proceeds to help offset your costs. So I am in full support. Obviously, I'm only one of 7. So I definitely recommend reaching out to those council members and then presenting a formal letter, asking you put on the agenda, come and make your case, and see if we can come to an agreement.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're happy to have our representatives here.
So motion to move forward.
I will make some motion with Dave and Mark moving forward with that for us.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys. Legal counsel.
Nothing additional.
Department heads.
Ladies and gentlemen, monthly statistics for January 2019. We'll talk about the police department. We had 222 incident reports, 69 arrest reports, 118 citations, 410 warnings, 2,322 CAD calls, 27 accidents, 25 property demolition, and personal injury. Officers turned in 59 hours of overtime, 31 hours of comp time, and 21,827 miles. K-9 officers had their in-service training, along with the SWAT officers had their in-service training. Questions?
Thank you.
Dave, did you have anything to say?
Recently purchased a new spreader for one of our pickup trucks. Plenty of salt, sand to get us through the rest of this winter. Yeah.
Do we have all of our salt? I know you buy by contract. We have it all in-house now.
We have our minimum that we can purchase in-house. There's 100 tons on the way. We can get an additional 100 tons after that.
Okay, but we have met our minimums.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ed.
Anyone else?
Just a little update on animal control.
Okay.
Me and Dustin met with Mark on the job description. They pretty much have that panned out, hopefully to act on our next meeting on how we want to proceed with that, but we'll have the job description completed by then. We also kind of discussed that there's not really a policy other than ordinance for animal control, but there's some things that aren't covered in the ordinance necessarily to help guide animal control that Mark thought would be a good idea to implement with the new person coming in. So we're exploring some of those policies as well. Control situation.
Okay. Anything else from the council?
We're still obviously working every day with the police department, the new station, bumps on the road. We're getting through it, getting it done. But I say anytime anybody wants to go, we should be working any right now. But if you want to go after our elections for now.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Comments from the floor? I know you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cecil Sala, the baby of the 500 thing. I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you guys have done for us. I just want to share a little piece of that story to this whole debacle, if you don't mind. My dad was a very strong man. He fought for many years. When he chose to make the courageous decision to stop dialysis, he had 14 days. My mom had a sister with Alzheimer's that passed away on September 11th. Dad passed away on September 13th. The very next morning, Mom got up to eat her gas station normally does. They were going to take her to her sister's funeral. She fell over her hip. So she missed the funeral, everything. It's very hard for people to come together and do what we did as a family without our mom, without our dad, to put this all together. I know it wasn't your fault. I know it wasn't personally. I want to thank you for your time. It was such a traumatic moment. We had no precedents. This is the first family member we've lost. So our initial thing was to go for a lawyer to make sure we did everything legal. For the past 6 years as his caregiver and our family caregiving for him, we went through every aspect of his debilitating disease, made sure everything was done correctly. We feel like we did that. Not getting blamed, but I just want to say for all of us, thank you, because this struggle for 5 months is murder. So thank you. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay.
Thank you for sharing. We apologize for what happened as well.
Thank you.
Thanks for being understanding.
Any other comments? Motion for approval of payment of claims.
Make a motion that we approve claims in the amount of $515,324.94.
Motion been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Our next meeting date will be March 5th, 2019. It's going to be a fun meeting because we're going to open bids on our final clarifier. Need a motion.
I'll make said motion.
And a second.
I'll second.
I want to stay here. Mark's already.